Danganronpa V3, finally! It's coming out, and we've got a demo, and I've played through that demo, and if you haven't watched it, it's probably somewhere over there in the sidebar, I guess. You know, check it out if you want to. Even if you don't want to, check it out. But I've been through the whole thing, and honestly, it was more than I expected from a demo. I thought I was just gonna meet all the characters, and believe me, did I meet all of the characters. And I'd love to rate them all in this video, but I never rate any characters until I do all of the free time events in the dating sim mode. That's what I'm calling it. It is the dating sim mode, basically. Because then you'll see people who you might hate have good reasons for things, and it just explains that everyone's not necessarily a sack of crap like they all seem to be. Case in point, my boy Nagito. I loved him, and then I hated him, and then I realized that he is a certified G and a bona fide thug, and you can't teach that. And that's all thanks to his free time events, and also the events that happen in the game. But we're not talking about Danganronpa 2, and we're not talking about Danganronpa 1, but we are talking about Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony, and we're talking about the 5 best things in the demo. But before we get to that, how about an honorable mention? Check out this dank music.
Danganronpa.
It's so jazzy now, and I love it. And if you don't love it, you can eat a dick. And you know what? Your friend can eat a dick too. And while they're eating their dick, you explain to them why they're eating a dick, and it's all your fault because you don't like that jazzed up Danganronpa entrance. But without further ado, number 5! So during the investigation, you tend to press Y to see all the things that you highlighted so you're not just randomly clicking around the room. But differing from Danganronpa 1 and Danganronpa 2, there's this new sleek design for the investigation scene when you press Y. And it just gets rid of everything that's completely stupid, and it just looks so nice and clean and crisp, like you're like a detective doing an actual investigation, and I love every moment of it. And you can just do it in any single room, and it's just beautiful. And I think you might be able to do it not during investigation too, but I haven't checked on that, and I don't really feel like checking on it, but I will sure check on it when I'm playing the game, and you'll probably see it when I'm playing the game, and it's gonna be glorious, let me tell you. Number 4 may or may not exit this list by the time I finish playing the actual game, but the V-counter weak point system. I like the idea because, let's be honest, before we were kind of just focusing and then just clicking anywhere on the screen because it didn't take a lot of technique, but now that there's that weak point for extra points, I feel like, first of all, I feel like I'll finally be able to get an A in a freaking class trial, and I'll explain why I've never been able to get an A in a class trial in hint hint Danganronpa 2, but this V-counter system seems really interesting. You have to actually focus, and yes, focus. You'll actually have to use your focus gauge and still focus, not just hit the focus gauge and then just move your mouse around. It's like, that's the general area. You gotta hit that dot. You gotta be precise, precision, per accuracy. Number 3, the lie mechanic. During the demo class trial, we believed that Makoto didn't do it, so we had to change one of our truth bullets into a lie bullet. And I don't know how I feel about that. Well, let me tell you how I feel about it. It's freaking awesome, first of all, because now I can just lie whenever I want, but not really, because there's kind of a certain order that we're gonna have to go in, because that's how this game works. It's kind of methodical at this point. But the fact that there's a lie bullet, and the fact that you can change basically any bullet into the reverse truth of it, I guess the lie version of it. Let me not try and get fancy with these real fake technical terms. The fact that you can lie brings a lot new to the class trial. I was just expecting new little mini games, but the fact before we could hold Y and create our own bullet, but now I assume we'll still be able to do that, but we'll also be able to turn any bullet, any truth bullet we have into a live bullet, and that just doubles the amount of bullets basically. So it'll be a little bit trickier to figure out, especially since I always play on hard mode, so get ready for that struggle. Anywho, I love the lie mechanic because a lot of the times in the old games, I'd be like, you're clearly lying. Why can't I lie? And now I can, and it's gonna be beautiful. Me and Maple Tree Girl, we're gonna have a good time lying all over the place, because it looks like we're gonna have to do that basically every trial, maybe multiple times. Number 2! Thank effing God that the freaking downhill snowboarding or skateboarding or I don't even know, surfing or logic dive, because that's the actual name for it, and hopefully I'll never have to say it again. Thankfully it's gone and we have this new taxi minigame, which, lo and behold, you have to basically ram somebody with your car, but it's much easier to control. I say that now. Please be true for the rest of eternity. Because Logic Dive made me want to, like, take a truth bullet and stick the gun into my mouth and pull the freaking trigger every single time. Oh, you remember when I said, reasons why I never got an A in a class trial? B. All because of freaking Logic Dive. Every single time. But thankfully it's gone, and we have this new car minigame where you can run over, I guess, prostitutes that you're picking up in your car? I guess that's what it seems like. Hey, but you hit them and then they get into your car, so it looks like it's not really a hit and run. I guess the hit and run away with the body. That might be worse. That's murder. Looks like it's time for another class trial. And the number 1 feature in this new Danganronpa, ladies and gentlemen, the smack feature. Yeah, it was just like, go ahead and smack things around, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I just see my yellow hand just going everywhere. My yellow hand, I wonder if that's some sort of, microaggression. Yellow hand, smacking around everywhere, throwing desk all over the place, hey, throwing mirrors all over the place. Man, they say 7 years of bad luck, but you know what? Getting old Makoto a smack, and I give Makoto a old smack. Giving old goggles wearing Inventor Girl giving me a bad name, a smack in the face and the chest and the everywhere. I'm gonna throw hands right on you. I'm throwing hands at you, girl. That is a pretty good chest, though. I hope you got a backstory that makes sure that you're not a sack of garbage and I can actually like you. But the smack feature, I can already tell, is going to be both great for relieving some anger, but also horrible for actual investigation, because I'm sure we're going to have to actually smack things, and it's going to be at the moment where you think you're not going to smack anything, because you've forgotten the smack feature exists. Which is why I'm going to do my every duty to, in every Danganronpa video, smack everything that I can. Because once a smack, always a smack. And I feel like you might be able to even find the little Monokuma coins in smacking scenarios. So I'm gonna smack everyone, I'm gonna smack everything, I'm gonna smack everybody. Smack, smack, smack all day long, smack my lips. Smack, 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 smack. Smackdown. But those are my 5 favorite things from the new Danganronpa demo. I'm sure there will be more secrets lying in the actual game that are going to make me 4 times as upset. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave me in the comments the things that you enjoyed. In fact, leave me the things that you hated about the new demo. And don't do any spoilers, because I know that there's a small subset of the internet who knows the entire plot, because it's already been released in Japan for many a months. Don't do it. If you leave a spoiler, I will track down your IP and I will kick your But anywho, that's it. Take care. This is the Aviator, taking off, telling you to stay classy, passengers, and I will see you all next time.